Hi, this is Apostle Dr. Jewel Williams. Here, I want to share with you this week from my collection. I shared with you before that with my books, I have been putting them in collection. So I want to start off with what I'm calling the Breakthrough and Identity Collection. And so these are the books that really speak to us being able to understand our identity, to grow in our spiritual maturity, and to walk in wholeness. So in this collection, I have several books that are individually in this collection. So these are the books that are in this collection. Let me peel them off one by one and show you. So I found The Key. That's one of the books. I also have the I Soar. The Chicken is Out of the Coop. Now with this particular book, I used it for mentoring. And so I have two other books that you can complement with this. And it is the Eagle Soar. Even though it says mentorship journal, you can use it because, I give you as much as like daily interests you should work. See, I did it myself. I even give you, if I'm not mistaken, for the beginning of each week, I even give you a devotional song. So that's called the Eagle Soars Mentoring Journal. Release the Roar While You Soar. This is kind of like the second part to that. And it is like a 3-month, again, it was part of a mentoring, but I still feel like this is good. You can use in your own devotional time. So that is Release the Roar While You Soar. Also had The Wealthy Place. And this is not so much about money. This is just like a 30-day devotional that talks and walks you through how we get to that place where I'm calling the wealthy place scripturally. And then the other is The Seed Life. The Death of Self Brings the Bloom. So it's really walking us through the space and place of dying to those old things about us so that we are able to live and be who God calls us to be. So why are any of these books important to you as a reader? Well, I can just share it from my perspective. Each of these books are books that I have lived. So they're not just books that I write for you. These are books that I've lived and seen God do work on the inside of me. So I'm going to just share a little bit from the I Soar. One at the time God gave me this book, he told me to look at the difference between a chicken and an eagle. And so I started doing the research to look at, what's the difference between these two birds. And what I realized was, for example, chickens in the wild actually could fly, but chickens in the coop, their wings are nipped or clipped so that they can't fly. Eagles, their wings are actually proportional to their body. They shouldn't be able to fly, yet they're able to fly and soar. And what stood out for me with those two things is when we were in that place of the wild, if you will, before man sinned and sin clipped our wings and put us in prison, though we were unusual, the bird per se, we had the ability to soar. But when we allow God to work on us, change us, renew us, we then go from that ground stuck dwelling chicken to an eagle that now can soar. We go to an eagle that, though our capacity doesn't feel like we should be able to soar, but when we kind of stretch out, right, in God, then what happens is we are able to soar. And it's not because of the wings, because the eagle isn't flapping its wing. It has learned how to catch the wind. And then when it catches the wind it was lift us. And so I Soar, The Chicken is Out of the Coop, really talks about us going from that ground dweller, mind, body, soul, to that place where we can get elevated in God to be able to walk out what he has called for us to be. And so I just wanted to share, and I just want to share this week some of the messages or the lessons that I've gotten from these books. they're all available wherever you're watching this, that they're available. I'll have the information in the description. It's either above or below, depending on where you're watching this, because I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I am on TikTok, Instagram. So it's different places. So depending on where you're seeing this, you'll see how to order your book. Also, some of the places where you order, I have what I am calling the Breakthrough Starter Bundle. That is 4 of the books. Instead of the $44.96 price, they would be $34.99. And so that particular book in that bundle is I Found the Key, I Soar, the Journal, and then the Wealthy Place. So these 4 books are what comes in that bundle. So just a way of, if you've never read any of my books, to get that first collection, to kind of walk you through finding and digging into your identity. So again, God bless. Have a great day.